everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Apologies, we're a little close and I'm wearing no makeup. That's because we're going to do a little get ready with me. I've got some new products that I really want to share with you. Basically, so I'm still sounding a bit rough. In the last video, I had all this stuff to tell you and I forgot half of it. I'd had really bad tonsils for 6 days and nights, so it was just raw pain. And I think it affected my ability to think or to connect brain with mouth. So apologies for that. Excuse me, that's got worse since I started talking to you. So we're going to do it, basically, I was feeling really a bit, it's like when you're feeling really ill, you can feel a bit down. And I really wanted to buy some Chanel. And I'm not in the market for a Chanel bag at the moment because I do not have the funds. And instead I bought a load of Chanel makeup to try and make me feel a bit better. And I haven't tried it. I've been desperate to try it, but I wanted to show you. So it's going to be a true first impressions, a true me seeing how I get on with it at first open without having a chance to perfect any sort of technique. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, I could probably do the wash as well, but never mind. That's going to be tied back out the way. The main thing is the products. So basically that's what I did. Before we get into it, I've had a request before to say, well, how do you keep all of your makeup? How do you store it? So I'm going to quickly show you that and then we'll come back. Bear with. So firstly, this is my brand new ceramic gorgeous grey makeup pot with my makeup brushes in that I got from Amazon. Only $7.99. It's really quite lovely. So I will share a link to that below in case anyone's interested. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it keeps my makeup brushes. And then here, this is by Stackers, who are probably more well known for doing jewellery boxes. And here we have a few Hermes lipsticks. Probably with all of this stuff, it could probably do with a little bit of a clear out, you know, where you buy products, you think you'll use them and you don't. But that is how it looks like there. You can see the storage capabilities. And then here we have a drawer that has a few bits and pieces in, and I tend to keep my Hourglass palettes in there. And then in the drawer below, again, we've got some bronzers and powders and whatnot in there. Then we have this drawer. Are we ready for this? Oh yeah. I'm going to say it's organised chaos. That's what I'm going to call it. Make your own minds up. There is actually method to madness. So these are some little inserts that I got, just dirt cheap from Ikea. If I can find the link again, I'll put that in the description box below. But super handy. I start off with some palettes here. This is bits and bobs, but including my Chantecaille eyeshadow, which is lovely. And then we've got a few other palette bits. Eyeshadows all in here. This is the lipstick section, which has got too much in it that I can't even use it. And then we've got some foundations and some lip glosses and things along here. All of my Westman Atelier stuff is there, all organised. So yeah, we're calling it organised chaos. It's half organised. Right, so back to the main thing I'm going to show. I'll show you the products quickly. Let's get the hair back ready. I will show you the products quickly and then we'll do a quick get ready with me so you can see how they go on. Now, firstly, I'll talk you through the skincare that I've done. So I have cleansed my face, firstly, with the Dermalogica Daily Microfoliant. So really good, gentle exfoliator that you can use daily. It's not too harsh and that really does help polish the skin. And I mix that with the Augusta Spada Cream Cleansing Gel. Then after doing that, I went in with the Augusta Spada Serum, and I also used the eye cream, and then I also used this, which is the Ultimate Soothing Cream It's one of the slightly newer moisturisers. I may go back to the Rich Cream, I'm not sure, but this has been quite nice on my skin actually, because my skin can be sensitive. So that is the skin. Oh, and then finally I went in with the Eborian CC Red Correct as my SPF, because this has SPF 25 in it. So that is what we have done. Yes, we've had a little breakout. But yeah, here we go. Here is true to life, prepped but zero makeup skin. Sorry. So to go on said skin, we have Le Beige's Touche de Teint Water Fresh Complexion Touch. So this is the new Le Beige's foundation from Chanel, which is like their water tint but has got a higher level of pigmentation. Comes with a slightly different brush there. I think this is meant more for, you know, like spot correcting, and if you wanted to use this more on the concealer side. So yeah, comes in this nice travel friendly packaging, I would say, and I got shade B30. I wasn't sure what shade to go for. I was between B30 and B40, but there seemed to be quite a big difference between the two. And where I'm being so good with my SPF, my face is a lot paler than it would typically be for this time of year. You can see compared to my hands. But I've been really good. So we're going to go in with that. And then, to go with that, I got Le Beige's Eau de Plush Water Fresh Blush, and I went for Intense Coral, because again, looking at some reviews on YouTube, I really liked the look of the light peach, but when I looked at some reviews it almost wasn't coming out at all. Now I don't like my blush too heavy, but I want to see it, so I went for the Intense Coral, that I'm hoping is going to be more coral and less on the intense side, but it's so pretty. So that is that. And then my final item that I bought, just because I got carried away, because I got all this from Boots and they had a 10% off discount code. I was earning advantage card points, and like I say, I was feeling ill and I wanted to cheer myself up. So I then ordered the last thing I need, as you can tell from looking in my drawer, an eyeshadow palette. This is Le Beige palette, Healthy Glow Natural Eyeshadow Palette, and I went for the version Intense. Now, I don't have my eyeshadow too intense or crazy, because it just doesn't suit me and or whatnot. I'm just not that wild. But yeah, it comes with this lovely velvet Chanel pouch, which I will put to the side. And then the colours here, try to blind you with the mirror, are all really quite gorgeous. So yes, it's called the Intense one, but if you look at those colours, they are pretty wearable, everyday colours. And I just really liked the tones, and I thought with my eyes, which are basically brown with a little bit of hazel in, sometimes that little bit of a hint of warmth or greenness does help to bring them out. We'll see. It also comes with two applicators, your traditional like eyeshadow spongy thing, and then a little brush. So yeah, you can see those there, so that's a little bit different. Right then, let me get my brushes. Right, so I'm not too sure how this is going to go, but let's learn together. So first off, we are in with the, I want to call it a water fresh tint, but that's not what it's called anymore, is it? It is the Touche de Tint, so the Water Fresh Complexion Touch. So that's the key thing to remember, tint versus touch. This is touch. There's a lot less water content in this. There's also a lot less product in this, but I don't mind a bit small. Let's pump it out on the back of my hand. So you can see it there, slowly dribbling down my hand. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to do one more pump, because my brushes are all really clean as well, because I had a whole sort out. And what I'm going to do is, with my finger, I could well regret this, I'm going to break up right, so I'm going to break up, I've broken up all of the little capsules there. Right, so now I'm going to go in with my artist brush. Let's see how this goes. And this is artist brush number 7. So we're just going to go in and okay, so I'm quite liking the colour. I think I did good with colour choice. But I'm not going in too heavy because I don't want too much product on my face. I find partly the reason I went for this was I wanted it to give me a healthy glow. I wanted it to even out my skin, but I didn't want it to be too overwhelming or overpowering or sit on my skin. So you can see I've done this section of my face, I haven't done my forehead yet. There's very little product left. It's gone, ooh, my hand looks nice. So I'm going to do one tiny squirt just on the back of my hand again, just because I think as well that the brush took a bit of product up. Like I say, it's nice to have nice clean brushes. So yeah, that is, I'm just looking with the better light. I've got quite a big mirror here actually, so I can see properly. It is a lit mirror, but I've turned the power off so that it doesn't blind everybody. I have to say, I like that. I think it's definitely taken out a lot of the, you know, it has evened out my skin tone, but it still looks quite like skin. I'm trying to get close, sorry, so you can see what it looks like. Right, next then, I'm going to go in, yeah, sorry, we didn't try the little brush at all, but can't bother. We're going to go in with the coral blush. This is Intense Coral. Ooh. So you can see there, really, this is more watery than the tint. Break it up. The only problem with this is, I think this is giving really nice, light, natural makeup, which is good, particularly I think for, well, for me as I get older, but also for the summer months if you know, you've got good skin or whatever. That's really pretty. But it just does feel a little bit messy. Anyway, let's keep going. I'm just going to go in with my finger and dab. I saw Jacqueline do that and it looked quite nice. It isn't, you know, maybe I could have got away with light peach. This is quite intense. I'm certainly glad I didn't squirt any more on. So that's going with the finger. Let's just try blending in with the brush. So that's what it looks like going in with the finger. Let's just try a little bit with a brush. And again, I do like to, with all liquid blushes, I do like to go in and do more of a dab than a sweep. Because you don't want to disturb too much what you've got underneath. Oops, don't want it up there. A little bit there. Yeah, maybe I could have got away with light peach. We're just going to dab it there. Anyway, that's that taken care of. It just needs to dry down. So to finish off the look, this is basically the two products that I really wanted. And then to finish off the look, I am going to go in with the Soleil Tan de Chanel, and I don't think this has the number on it as to what shade. I don't use this very often. Mine's the original one. That's how old it is. So yeah, I know it's probably past its best. Let's try and get the... We have blush everywhere. Wow. Anyway. Well, let's go in with a little bronzer. On this side. So that is that. Not done too much bronzer, but I wanted to use a cream. As I was going for this like real liquidy effect, I wanted to use a cream bronzer. Right, so here we have the palette. Taking the little applicators out, which, like I say, is a brush and a sponge. Look at those. Right, let's do some swatches on my wrist. So first off, I'm going to go with this big one, which I'm thinking is going to be more of a base. Ooh. I'm just going to do it in order. I'm going for this one, and then we'll go for this one, and then we'll go for this bottom one, and then we're going to go up to this one here on the side. And then I'm doing the dark one last. Now they look really nice. Don't know if you can see there. I haven't quite got the art of swatching. I tend to do it at the wrong angle, so you can see the colours there. So we're not going in for a crazy look. I'm going to use the little brush and go in with the first one, the one I'm going to call the primer. They are pretty pigmented, this. So I'm guessing with this kind of a palette you can use it either for day or evening. And just, you know, or even doing one from the other, just have it with you if you're going straight out from work, and you can just, you know, add. So start off light and then just add. Right, that's that. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of just this one here, because again that looks quite subtle. Just going to do a little bit here. Yeah, be gentle is what I would say with these. You don't need much product at all. And then I'm going to go in with this one and just do a little bit of this greeny one at the bottom. And I'm going to go along the lower lash line, this spongy thing. And just up. I also really like it with products when they come with applications that I think I can get to work. It may not be, you know, the most professional result, but let's face it, I'm putting it on anyway, so it's never going to be. And yeah, so it's nice you haven't got to carry extra stuff with you. And then I might just add a little bit of this one just in the middle there. And then I'm going to just blend. I'm just going to swoosh. I say blend it properly. I'm just going to swish it all over with this. I'm just, like I say, going for a really quick, easy look. Right, are we focused? So there we go. Hopefully you could see that. That is what it looks like. And then I'm going to go in, to finish off, I'm going to go in with the Chanel Le Volume Revolution mascara, which is the non-waterproof version, because I don't get on with waterproof mascaras, and it comes with a brush like that. I do like Chanel mascaras. I do find they give a really good effect. But we are doing a face full of Chanel today, which is quite nice to say. I feel luxurious. Also, this is not a new mascara. I've had this a number of months, not weeks, months. So we're not going in too perfectly, as you can see. It's not ideally the effect I would like, but it's not bad. It's given a lift. We just brush through the bottom ones, and then light coating, and same on this side. And sorry, we have to swap. I do right eye with right hand and left eye with left hand, so we have to do a little swap. Reposition. Okay, so this is the finished effect. Very simple look. I've not bothered with concealer. I've not even brushed my brows. Take the hair out. So we're going to finish off with a little bit of a light lipstick. I have the Chanel Chanel Boy number 54. So this is Rouge Coco Shine. Very neutral lip, because that's what we're going for. There you go. I have got a lot of use out of this actually. It gives a nice, it's coming out slightly pinker on camera I'd say, but it gives a nice shine, which is nice, particularly for the older lady. And it's got sort of more of a warm tone, which I think is nice and brings out the more, you know, those warm tones from the eyeshadow. And like I say, using the coral blush. Now, if I wanted to dampen this down at all, then I absolutely can with my Le Beige's Healthy Glow Sheer Powder, which I really like because it comes with this little brush. So again, really good for small handbags. So if I just wanted to, you know, dye down some of that glow, then I can do. It doesn't do a lot, this powder, if I'm honest, but it does just dye things down a little bit, so you can see, not a monumentous difference. Hopefully that is coming out okay on camera. So we've got close, you can see. This is the overall effect. I hope at least one person found that useful. If for nothing else, for a lovely Amazon pot. So those are the products. Those are what they look like being put on by the great untrained. Just to try and look a little bit nicer, a bit more respectable, a good everyday work from home look. yeah, I think really pretty. This blush on my hand is still going. Yeah, that is pretty intense. I've got it on my leg as well, I'm not sure how. So I'm going to go and wash that off, like everywhere, and putting makeup on without doing it on camera is a hell of a lot easier, I'll say that, and a lot quicker. So I will let you go, and I'll see you soon for another video. Bye.